To get started on this exercise, download the Desk Set Mockup folder from today's Moodle page. Inside of this folder, you're going to find a photograph of a variety of items as if they're laid out onto a desk. What we want to do is to create a smart object layer that will allow us to place a single logo and automatically put that logo on all of the different objects. To test this out, I've given you a simple test logo, but by the end of this exercise, we're going to get rid of the entire logo so that you can place whatever design you want onto its frame. So to get started, open up the Desk Set JPEG into Photoshop. We'll zoom in so we can see it. And let's go ahead and place just the logo on this lower left-hand side. Going up to File, Place Embedded. We're going to choose the test logo. Since it's coming in as an Illustrator file, we need to tell it to bring in the entire page and also crop it to the bounding box. We can say OK to that. And we're going to shrink it down and place it off to this left-hand side just underneath the envelope. If you'll notice in the Layers panel, the layer is now named Test Logo. If we want, we can double-click it. Let's rechange it to Your Logo. From here, all we need to do is make copies of this logo and place them, size them, and distort them however we need for each of the different objects. So the first one we can do is going to be our little envelope up at the top. We'll scale it down. If you need to, you can zoom in and make it a little bit easier to transform it. I'm going to place it in the upper left-hand corner of the envelope. As soon as it's done, we can call this the envelope. Let's make another copy, this time for the iPhone screen. Make another copy, this time for the jump drive. As you make the copy, double-click the screen or the layer name and call it jump drive. Zooming back out. I do want to put the logo on top of the little book here, but let's do something special. Instead of it filling up the entire book, I'm going to have it cut off right at the edge. So I'm going to have it set as if it's on the side or half of the book. With that done, I need to turn on a layer mask. So I'm going to select the book using my rectangular marquee. And with the layer selected, I can turn on my layer mask and you can see how it automatically fits inside of this particular area. The next thing that I need to do is to double click and rename it. We'll call this the book. And for this one, I'm also going to unlink that particular object. Going up to the business card, let's choose a whole one and scale it down as well. And then finally, let's do it for the coffee mug. Again, do make sure you rename the layer. In our case, we need to call this one the business card. And for this layer, this is the coffee mug. Whoops. With this done, now if I open up any of the Smart Object layers, I should be able to delete it away and make any changes to one of them, and they'll all be updated. Here's what it looks like. Double-click on the Smart Object icon. It'll give you a warning saying if you make any changes, make sure to save them and bring them back in. We'll say OK to this. So for instance, if I selected my logo and I turned my logo a solid red, if I hit Save, Command S, and then jump back into Photoshop, you can see how they automatically, all of them, update at the same time. So it's nice and working. What we want to do is go back to Illustrator. Let's delete away the entire logo, leaving us a blank frame. From here, if someone was to open up the Smart Object layer, they could place their logo into this working area. So we'll save it up and close it out. Jump back into Photoshop. Everything should go away, but now we've got all of our smart object layers ready to go. Once this is ready, save it up as a Photoshop file, and this Photoshop file is what you'll upload to Moodle once you're finished.